Hi, it's Brian from the Air Force Lifecycle Management Center Public Affairs Office. Thanks for checking out Leadership Log. In this episode, we're speaking with Colonel Walter Bustelo, Deputy Program Executive Officer with our Business and Enterprise Systems Directorate. We explore how the Directorate supports the Air Force Lifecycle Management Center's mission to acquire and support war-winning capabilities. Thanks again for watching, and we hope you enjoy the chat. Well, sir, thank you so much for joining us on Leadership Log today. Really excited to have you. If you don't mind, if you could just kick us off by giving us your name and duty title.
So I'm Colonel Walter Bustelo. I'm the Deputy PEO for the Business and Enterprise Systems within LCMC.
Awesome. So, so what led you to join the Air Force, and how did that lead to your current work at the Business and Enterprise Systems Directorate?
So getting here to BES, I would say a lot of things that happen in an Air Force career happen by being at the right place at the right time. And I really never planned to be a Deputy PEO. I was an SML here in BES. And this came upon me. But getting to the Air Force, so, well, going back 28 years, or a little bit more. So I'm originally from Puerto Rico, so I did ROTC at the University of Puerto Rico, completed my engineering degree. And after getting commissioned, I went straight to Georgia Tech to do my master's in aerospace engineering, which then led me here to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base as my first assignment back in 1998 at the NASIC, which is today NASIC, doing Intel engineering work. So why the Air Force? I love aircraft all my life. So I wanted to really work with aircraft. So doing engineering and working with planes, it was a great path. And the Air Force was a great connection to that. So from NASIC, I went to do flight test at Edwards. I went through test pilot school, which then brought me to work with special ops at Hilbert Field, doing the gunship flight test. From there, I went to the F-35 program office in DC. The Air Force sent me to the Army school, equivalent to ACSC. And then I went back to the Pentagon to work special programs. After finishing my tour at the Pentagon, I came to Wright-Pat to do my first ML assignment at AFSAC, then followed by the F-16 program office after getting promoted to 06, and then got selected for SML within BES. And after doing that job in the financial systems for 5 years, the deputy PEO retired. So I stepped up to take over as a deputy PEO for this last year. So that's how I got here to be the deputy PEO for BES. Awesome. In a nutshell.
Well, great. Well, you have a lot of great experience with some really important programs. If you don't mind, next, just describe a bit about, to someone who's not very familiar with the military, what does BES, or Business and Enterprise Systems Directorate, what do you all do, and what's the mission?
So as you said, the BES is the Business and Enterprise Systems. So in a nutshell, we manage and develop the Air Force and Space Force systems and software applications. Our mission, as we say often, is to run the systems that run the Air Force. We're moving money, manpower, material all over the world. So that's in a nutshell what we do. Our systems are the engine for the enterprise level Air Force and Space Force.
Do you have any examples that you can talk about of systems that you all manage that are crucial to the Air Force?
So we do have, again, the main financial systems. One of them is BES, which is the one that develops the Air Force budget. Without BES, there will be no Air Force budget. So every year, that one of our applications is the one being used at the air staff level to build the Air Force budget. We have, again, big financial systems, big logistic systems, personnel. We have the system that we use for all the promotion boards, which is EBOS. our team at Randolph handles that system, which again is used every week at Randolph to do promotion for enlisted and the officers.
Right. So where exactly are you all? Where are your locations, and what do you all focus on these different locations, or at these different locations?
So we have about 2,200 people operating in 3 different locations. We have Gunter Annex in Montgomery, Alabama, which is where the BES front office is located. We have people here at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and we have a team at Randolph Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. So we have like about 1,000 people at Gunter, another 1,000 people here at Wright-Pat, and around 200 people in San Antonio. And that team in San Antonio, as I said, they are working closely with the Air Force Personnel Center, developing many of the personnel applications that we use to track and grow our airmen. And as I mentioned a few minutes ago, EBOS, the Electronic Board Operations Support System, is the application that FPC uses every week to do promotion boards and developmental boards for enlisted and officers. We also have that team, as you go, I guess have probably heard recently, as recent as Monday, that we're bringing warrant officers back to the Air Force. So that team at Randolph is the one making all the changes to our systems within the personnel side to be able to accomplish that and bring those warrant officer ranks and track that personnel through the life cycle of an airman. So that is the Randolph team. At Gunter and at Wright-Pat, we support efforts for operations for A3. We have A4 systems and logistics, FM, SAFAQ systems, and as well as AFMC and Air Force LCMC. So as you see, we support a lot of people, and our systems are in many places every day.
So I've heard that some of your systems also track every single item that's in the Air Force, from aircraft to pins, buttons, like etc. Like you all have that type of capability. Is that correct?
Correct. In the logistics systems, we have many applications that are needed every day to track the efforts of our airmen. So we have we track where pods are, the status about those pods. We track munitions. We track the status of the tail numbers in terms of maintenance. We can track everything worldwide to be able to give a big picture to our leaders on how our readiness is at every day.
Wow, that's a huge responsibility. Absolutely.
Correct. It is a huge responsibility. That's why it's so critical that our systems are up and running 24/7 and don't go down. So that's a constant battle that we have to make sure that our system is up and running every day.
So is your focus on supporting the logistics portion of the Air Force, or what, or are you focused on the modernization and sustainment piece? So where is your role?
So our main mission is to operate those systems. So our systems are not only in development, they're in operations, they're sustainment. We're doing it all. We have a systems doing all those capabilities, and we support, as I said, we support logistics, we support A1, all the A1 efforts. So there's a lot of A1? A1 personnel, all the personnel systems and personnel actions that you need to do behind the scenes. All this is happening behind the scenes to track the life cycle of an airman from the day one until they retire.
Wow, that's really cool. So do you all have any projects, any upcoming projects that you're able to talk about that are upcoming?
So yes, so let me explain some of the things here. So one of the people in the Air Force, they may or may not realize that they touch our systems every day, because they use FM systems to pay people, pay vendors, even buy jet fuel. The entire Air Force budget, as I said, is built using our systems. So we go through that cycle every year. Firefighters use our logistics systems to launch aircraft, track assets, as you mentioned, track depot work, to repair and maintain our weapon systems. They use our civil engineering systems to build and manage our bases. And they use the operations and A3 systems to manage air and missile crews. So we are doing this every day. Our systems are everywhere. And as long as they're up and running, nobody knows who's provided those systems and that service and support. So have you ever called your power company and say, hey, thanks for the power? No, because you expect the system to be there every day. And that's the way we operate. We want to make sure that our systems are up and running, because we don't want to get that phone call from the customer or the user when the power goes out or our systems go down. Again, we have systems that are out 24/7. We have people worldwide using our systems, and we have a lot of those systems, a lot of our enterprise level systems that support the Air Force and Space Force. You were asking about new programs coming through the pipeline. Yeah. So I'm always very excited to talk about BESPIN. So BESPIN is the Business and Enterprise Systems Product Innovation Unit. That's a group of airmen that provides co-development tools and a vetted platform to build mobile and web applications for our airmen. So it's built by airmen for our airmen. And they do it also for the interagency. So BESPIN developed, just as an example, they developed Guardian 1, which is the Space Force's first mobile application that is being used by all Guardians. BESPIN is also working with our special ops to provide new mobile capability, allowing our special operators to operate within a hostile and low bandwidth environment. So they're able to send data back and forth with this new capability that BESPIN is providing to them to operate in those environments. We have another team also managing bots. What are bots? The automated software applications that do a lot of repetitive tasks throughout over a network. So we have fielded already 1,200 bots across the Department of the Air Force. And those bots have been saving over 28,000 hours of labor, because we don't have a person doing the work. We have a computer or a bot doing the work, like moving data from one system to another. That used to be somebody copying and pasting. Now this whole thing is being done by a computer to accelerate and free up all those hours or labor hours for something else. And these are just a few examples of how we are bringing innovation to the Air Force. And it's going to continue growing. AI is coming to stay. So we're going to continue doing a lot of that work.
Wow. So as the Secretary of the Air Force talks about competing during this, era of great power competition, what role does BES play in ensuring that we're ready for future fights?
Our effort and goal is to provide enterprise-level solutions that the warfighter can use across the board mostly in the logistics side, because that's where we want to take make sure that our systems are there to support the warfighter. If we need to track or be able to present a big picture of the status or readiness of our forces, we want to be able to provide that using our systems to the leaders within the Air Force and Space Force. So that's one of the main things that we're doing by staying on track and supporting the GPC.
So, AFLCMC is a huge organization, more than 70 sub-locations around the country, many nooks and crannies. What do you hope that, folks outside of BES, what would you like them to know about your work and priorities?
I would like people on the outside to know that BES is always seamlessly supporting the Department of the Air Force day-to-day operations. A lot of people they hear business systems, they think about office space and and PowerPoint presentations, spreadsheets, when in reality, we have a lot of our systems that are being used in the flight lines today. We have systems operating 24/7 worldwide, allowing aircraft to fly and munitions to be in place for whatever the contingency is. Our enterprise systems enable our readiness during the shift to great power competition. That will be a critical thing, knowing how ready our forces and our equipment is for the fight. Our job is to make sure that our systems are available 100% of the time to allow warfighters to accomplish the mission. So that's very critical for people to understand. That's what we do. And we are laser focused on our operational users. The user is our main mission. While integrating key technologies to drive innovation into our capability deliveries, we're heavily focused on the users and the delighting the user, making sure that we're giving the user what they need. We're impacting 3.3 million people every day. So as I said at the beginning, at BES, we run the systems that run the Air Force because we're moving money, manpower, material all over the world. So that's what I would like people to remember from BES. We're just not doing software. The software that we're doing is critical to the Air Force day-to-day operations. If we have our system, we turn our systems down for a couple hours, the impact is immediate. People don't get paid. People can't travel because we're connected to DTS, is paid through our systems. And again, as I said, our logistics systems, our warfighters, our people in the flight line, they actually go into a computer, start typing data into our systems to validate the information for a specific tail number before they go and fly. So if a system is down, that data will not be able to be validated, and we may have an issue. So that's what we want to make sure that people understanding that we're there next to them in the actual Air Force fight every day.